Hello everyone, welcome to the main channel. Just been watching Five Who fans, so some new exciting content will be coming, like I'm doing Inspiration Hour. Anyway, we haven't got long today to get on with this. So, what are we talking about? Spin-offs. Do I think there's enough? Is what we're getting to today. So what I want to talk about is there enough spin-offs? Torchwood. K9, the Australian one. K9 and Company, one off, but still a spin-off. 3 already. Sarah Jane Adventures. These are TV spin-offs. Plus we have many more on Big Finish. But you're probably wondering, Tom, we want Russell T Davies to do more spin-offs. Come on. Look at Marvel. At the moment, Marvel have got something coming out every week. It's like Marvel. Even though Marvel is amazing and it's fantastic, they churn out too much and people are getting burned out. I don't know why I did air quotes. I'm just not too sure whether that's the right word to use. So with Doctor Who, do we want so many spin-offs? Right. Torchwood. Torchwood returning, perfectly fine. A sequel series to Sarah Jane Adventures called The Bannerman Road Gang, which is, well, the TV version of the Big Finish stuff, really. Right? That's 2 spin-offs. Perfectly fine. One for BBC 3, one for CBBC. And they air them not at the same time as Doctor Who. But when the series is not on for a few months, and they air the BBC 3 one, and then once that's finished, leave it 2 months, then air the CBC stuff. Because we don't want to be burned out, is the saying. I'm going to nick your foot. We don't want to be burned out, is the saying that everyone's going for these days. I don't want to be bombarded with Doctor Who every single week for a whole year. If it's just the main begins, and then another spin-off begins, then another spin-off begins, it's too much. So, the spin-offs we've already got, add Torchwood to iPlayer again if it's been removed, add Sarah Jane to iPlayer, add to K9 and Company to iPlayer, try and find out who's got the rights to K9 currently, the Australian one, and get that on the iPlayer so people can watch and watch and watch. That's what you're going to do. Don't create new ones unless you've got an incredible idea that will work off from a character in that series and you want to have the wrong thing. But if you do that, separate it off. So we had, and give it with breaks in it. And let BBC 3 have its show and then make that the thing you promote and concentrate on whilst that's airing. Right, whilst there's no Doctor Who going on. And then once that's finished, leave it a few months. And then get another spin-off in from CBBC and educate that and then go watch it. And then when Doctor Who comes back, it'll work because you've left it a few months either side of it all. Then you're not bombarded with spin-off after spin-off after spin-off. More. Because currently, not even Doctor Who on TV. We have the Doctor Who magazine every fortnight. We have Doctor Who books, right? We have Doctor Who Big Finish. So already, we've got 3 mediums of Doctor Who, other than the main TV series. We've got Blu-ray box sets, releasing all the time, if you can see. So, we've got stuff coming, but if you just separate the spin-offs out by month, if you create 2 new ones a year, separate them out by months, then we won't have burnt out in the TV world. Big Finish, when you'll never get tired of. No one will ever get tired of Big Finish. If you don't want to get that Big Finish this month, it's alright. But no one, because they're not after viewing figures. Because it's perfect. You can have a break from Big Finish. It's going to be on all year round, so you can have a break if you want. So, so you hear these things and you don't want to hear them in a sense. So, this is why I made this video, because I want to say we've got enough spin-offs already, but if you make 2 a year, Russell T Davies, you can, if you separate them out by months, so you have like Doctor Who, 3 months later, Bannerman Road Gang, for instance. 3 months later, we have our CBC spin-off, let's say, oh, I'm trying to think of let's say, the Smiths, which is all about Luke Smith and his family. Have something like that on CBBC, but that's like 3 months after the Bannerman Road Gang on BBC 3. And then Doctor Who comes back 2 months later, perfectly fine. That works really well. Or it might be you get the first spin-off out, and then the series, and then at the beginning of the year you have the next one. It's whichever order main Doctor Who actually comes out in the order of airing. So I just think you just have to separate yourself. Not as much as don't do it, Russell. Don't do it, Russell. But please just separate it out so that we've got enough gaps and that we're not doing Marvel when people are saying they're burnt out. If you separate out enough, you'll get people who'll be like, oh, I really like this. I can't wait for the next thing in a few months. Because then you're not just constantly getting something. You update on what's going on and have things, but that would work for me. And I think that's a clever idea. Separate it. Or if you want to, do Doctor Who and a spin-off a year. Once the spin-off comes out a few months after Doctor Who was aired, perfect. Well, it depends on when you air Doctor Who. If you air Doctor Who closer to Christmas, you might want to air the spin-off first and then do that. I don't know. But that could work. I think that would work as a concept. And that would work as an idea. We just weigh it out, separate it. Because if you think about it, you could watch Thor Love and Thunder at the same time as watching She-Hulk, at the same time watching I Am Groot. So 3 things are out all at once. And people get really tired of the 3 things all at once. Because it's like, do I go and watch Thor Ragnarok, or do I need to watch that first or that first? And you don't want that, because that makes people tired. I don't know why I do air quotes, I need to stop doing air quotes, right? So, we don't want that with Doctor Who. We want the Doctor Who to not be... We don't want Doctor Who to make people not want to watch it, be tired, and moan that there's too much of it. We don't want that at all. We don't want too much of Doctor Who. I'll repeat that again. We don't want too much of Doctor Who. But there you go. That is where the video shall end. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back talking about Dad's Army US on the Weird Side. Right after this has been uploaded. So if you want to hear me talk about the rear guard and show a clip, because I've got a clip that's only a minute, stay tuned for the 3rd channel, the Weird Side. But thank you guys for watching. Time on to out. Bye!